Yes. Next, Group A, Day 2. We go into the lower bracket semifinal. We got FoCuS versus WFZ. Quite a Warcraft classic. I feel like since early GCS days, we've seen this matchup more and more. So in a couple of online Tier 2 tournaments back in 2014 and 15, they were facing each other quite a bit. And now, even in 2020, they're still here with us. IceOrc defeated FoCuS 2-0. Fortitude defeated WFZ 2-1. And this is how they ended up here in the lower bracket. And the question here today is, who's going to join Fortitude as the winner of the group? IceOrc is waiting in the lower bracket final. So the winner of this game will face the hottest young orc talent that China has to offer. So let's see how things go, Remo.
Oh my god, dude, if Linguagua hears you say that, he's gonna start crying.
Dude, he was the one thinking that casting is better than playing.
If anyone should understand, I thought it would be you.
That's true. So guys, once again, we have to live with the restream here. Let me know if the sound levels are alright. And we can't change the graphics. It's not our overlay, but we're working on the overlay apparently, as the hero overlay is back here in the next tournament. But yeah, we can't change the graphics. We're very sorry. This is what we have to do, or we don't cast it at all. So the choice is rather easy. We have WFZ. What's up?
That's your favorite PSA to give out, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
I did that a few times yesterday as well.
It helped though if you take a look at the YouTube comments. So everyone who's defending us there, thank you guys very much. WFZ bottom left already teching with the DK Tedfiend build order. FoCuS with the Blade Master teching as well. We start obviously, as you can see, on Northern Isles.
In the early game, not too much aggression should be expected. Normal creep route is kind of aim for level 2 quickly, and especially on the orc side of things, go for some aggressive steals. Orcs seem to have a hatred for Ogre Magi, especially because those try to get sniped normally. Dude, sometimes I watch WFZ games and I think he's watching my replays, because it's exactly what I do. Acolyte at the natural to scout for a Blade Master aggressively going there.
I told you guys are somewhat connected. I made this point like 4 weeks ago, and since then we've seen more and more instances where he's playing your creep routes, he's using your tiny little moves on the map as well. Maybe you're kind of the same person.
Yep, and the Acolyte saw the Blade Master's activity. The DK is not going over. Sends in an illusion. Wait a minute. You see, it's actually kind of cool. The illusion dissuades FoCuS here a little bit. FoCuS did learn it was an illusion pretty quick with the damage it took. But yeah, pretty solid early game here by WFZ so far. This early game in Orc Mirror, as Orc is all about efficiency, all about gathering items and experience. It's all about getting levels. This matchup in general for Orc.
Also,
which is, I'm really surprised that WFZ in the end does let this Ogre Magi go.
I'm curious.
So he just invested Illusion and Acolyte Scout, and then still gives it up. That was kind of weird.
Well, he knows that he has some time and could go for the Magi, but no, he's just walking around.
He should have just been trailing the Blade Master, though. Should have just been running after him all the time and send out skeletons and illusions to creep camps. Early game Undead is supposed to prevent creeping on the Blade Master.
Well, that didn't work, did it? We have 2 circles and the slippers. That's quite some good damage in the early moments of this game already. Now he sees him. Now he can put in some damage with the range attack and maybe a coil, but it's still not level 3. Blade Master's not really what FoCuS wants, as the second heroes should be about to pop out. But finally some time for WFZ to creep as well. He seems to focus rather on his own level 3 and gives FoCuS more time in the middle of the map.
Giving the Ogre Magi away can be kind of forgivable if you get a trade-off in the meantime. But the Merchant, that's a big mistake. This is the Orc dream right here. It's pretty easy to creep with grunts if you're not interrupted, so you always need to scout for this. It's obviously a big item, but it's also tons of experience. That's level 3 for the Blade Master. If he ever gets in trouble, he can... Well, what does he really have to fear? 1 grunt going down, okay. That does hurt a little bit, I'll admit. But the Blade Master is level 3. And with the Zoe Mask, he's going into the Undead base right away. It looks like he's remembering his play against Happy. where he canceled the slaughterhouse 10 million times.
Hell yeah, that was a wonderful play. For fans of the Horde, obviously. The Grunt didn't even die, gets healed by the Lich now, and this is exactly what FoCuS is doing, going for the Acolytes, not for the Slaughterhouse this time, as the Ghouls were about to take care.
And the tier 3 tech hasn't started yet, so there is some slowdown to control the Blade Master. But that's not too bad for FoCuS either. The Shadowhunter came in to save the Grunt in the middle of the map that didn't even die to the level 3 DK. The Blade Master killed one Acolyte, and he is preventing statues for a long time because WFZ doesn't... Wait. Where's his third ziggurat?
He has 3.
Oh, the resources are messed up. The resources are both from FoCuS.
No.
Ah, now they corrected it. Okay. It was messed up a second ago.
Ah, alright. Yeah, true.
So yeah, he's stuck at 30. He can't make a statue for a really long time.
Oh, that's so
FoCuS
bad.
may not have been able to get the slaughter cancelled, but he still prevents statues for very, very long, which makes creeping for the Undead a lot more difficult.
Damn, this is an easy game for FoCuS so far. He's creeping another big spot at the laboratory. Shadowhunter is already level 2. I like the Zombie Mask on the Blade Master here for more Windwalk early. Big potion of mana for the Shadowhunter, also very good.
Dude, these items for FoCuS are amazing.
Well, how many times did we say this sentence since his comeback in 2015? Many times.
Many times, yes. WFZ at least got the marketplace. Got the heal wards, which is okay. Honestly, not that great for Undead because they have auto passive healing with statues already. In this game, somewhat delayed, but so I guess it's kind of nice. But it's not a mana stone now, is it?
No, it absolutely is not. We thank Omniac for the 200 bits and the first donation of the day coming from the US of A. Thank you, Priest, for the 10 euros. Thank you both for being up so early to give us this cast. Thank you very much. We're still waking up a little, but glad you enjoy it.
Dude, the Shadowhunter found big mana and Pendant of Energy. It feels like the chances now at the natural to find claws or another pendant are 100%.
Yeah.
Even Ring is really good here. Also, Talisman is really good here. So this is actually a really nice camp.
And don't forget about the Zombie Mask. Like, he got that on top as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
Ring +4. That's actually really nice for the TC.
I agree. It's the counter to the Orb of Corruption. Negates the effect. And Blade Master's in the base again. Levels up Shadowhunter and TC at the same time. Boom. 1 kill. Against the Purge. Moving them. It's not that easy. WFZ is moving back. No third hero. Does he have an orb now? Okay. Got it now, finally. But yeah.
Yes, the entire Undead army running back home to deal with the Blade. Once again, lots of efficiency for FoCuS. FoCuS understands this matchup well. It's all about efficiency, all about creeping, all about getting levels. He's looking so different from yesterday.
Good to see that. So, TC gets the ring, gets the parry. FoCuS knows that one of the first targets will be the TC in the fight. We don't have a level 3 Lich yet. We're actually quite far away from that. Damage is okay, but the rest of the items, not really comparable with the ones of FoCuS. I guess in the middle is just an illusion again. Scouting. No, it's the Pit Lord. Oh no. Coil arrives and WFZ forcing the fight here. Hex on the DK to prevent another coil. That was a lot of damage in the first spell. Use Blade Master into Windwalk. Disappears. Ow. But yeah, another sign of strength by FoCuS to catch the Pit Lord by surprise.
Yeah, but he's a tanky boy. And with the DK coming in, you can't commit there anymore. FoCuS's levels are looking pretty good. Items are amazing. But the late game army isn't quite online yet. This orc strategy does become very strong late game, but it takes quite a while to actually do come online. We have 3 grunts into berserkers with 1 raider, 1 coder. That's kind of the norm. You expect that unit mix to go up to 50, then 1 fight, then tiny great hall, then walker transition. That is normally what we see. And FoCuS now is looking for the creepjack Mana on the Shadow Hunter is low, but good thing he has that big mana potion.
Yeah, clarity as well, and of course he can drop the pendant and then get even more mana. Blade Master taking care of the statue. That's a wonderful start to this fight for FoCuS. Kodo Beast got a snack off as well with the speed scroll. Blade Master taking care of the Fiend. This looks pretty one-sided so far, with not the greatest Orc army, to be honest. Destroyer getting ensnared, Destroyer getting killed. Level 4 Blade Master, level 2 crit with that. Even the creeps are helping him out a little. Boy, this is just one kill after the next, is it? He got one grunt in return, I think. But now the army has to move away and the dust settles. But yeah, great start for FoCuS. Yeah. He lost a little more on the way.
I'm surprised he didn't commit harder there after killing the statues. Normally he has the big sustain advantage with that big mana potion. But maybe didn't want to pop it yet. But now levels are looking really good. Blade level 4, TC level 2. But there's no need to rush things. If FoCuS gets to level 3 TC, his third hero can carry this game. And that is the big late game advantage for Orc in this matchup. The third hero for Orc can become a late game carry, can become the most powerful weapon. Whereas the Pit Lord is decent. He's pretty good. But he normally doesn't win or lose you the game by himself.
Well, I remember this one game of 1-0 versus FoCuS, where this particular pit... No, it was Happy versus FoCuS, where this particular Pit Lord killed like 7 headhunters off with his cleave ability.
Concealed Hill, WGL, High Ground, I know. But he was level 4.
Yeah, right? I know.
His Pit Lord is level 2.
Just, yeah, making sure that he's not undervalued here. Levels are really good for WFZ now as well. 4, 3, 2.5, at least at level 2 Nova is up, and level 2 Aura. Plus he gets the red spot. I didn't think that FoCuS would allow this, how the game looked so far, but he's setting up an expansion slowly but steady, so there is some time for him. What's the item? Oh, Warsong Battle Drums, more damage, pretty good.
This could be the last timing here for WFZ to do something. 4, 3, 2 heroes. The expansion hasn't paid off too much yet. FoCuS was kind of expecting a push like this, but he hasn't produced too much so far. He has a slight supply lead, but that's still stuck in production. Blade Master isn't quite in here in time, but now is coming in. We have the Walker transition already coming, but it's only a single Walker so far. Perhaps WFZ has a chance to deal with these units, but doesn't have status in the back anymore. Nice stomp towards the back line, taking out the Fiends, or at least trying to. And now it's a question of who has more mana.
And usually that should be the undead with the statues, but if they... Oh, the Shadow Hunter falls out of nowhere! WFZ gets an opening, and with that the healer is gone. Also no disable if he wants the hero focus. This Kodo is falling as well. Speaking of more support just disappearing, another Walker hits the deck, and what is this defense by FoCuS? Nothing's working.
Yeah, big mistake. That Shadow Hunter was completely mispositioned. Also, Speed Scroll was not on the Shadow. Normally you need to have that Speed Scroll on the Shadow. If he's in trouble, pop the scroll, run away. But the Blade Master is still pretty strong, and the mana for WFZ still disappearing. FoCuS could go for a Tavern Revive, especially considering the Shadow has the big mana still, which I think is what he's doing right now. And it looked scary here for FoCuS, but he has enough damage, especially thanks to the Blade Master. And now with the Shadow coming back, he's going to have healing as well again in a moment. Whereas WFZ's army has all but disappeared.
Lich has to be careful, but so does the Blade. We really wants this statue, pops the invul for it, and gets it in the end. That takes him forever, though. The grunt falls. Expo still stands, but the heroes of WFZ, they're attacking the peons here. Good dust to kill off another Fiend, both on very low supply.
Yeah, but now the Shadow Hunter's back. And there's the big mana potion with the pendant. Oh, would you look at that? That's 500 mana right there.
One of the best feelings in the world of Warcraft. So we have another statue that arrives safely here at the heroes. That was important. To get them at least some mana back. But that must be a town portal relatively soon. Going for the Lich, going hard for the Lich. TC, doesn't he have no Storm? Or is he saving it? Okay, there's the Stomp of the Coil. No, he cancelled it. Kills another Raider off. But I feel... Yeah, needs that Coil, needs to get out.
Yeah, FoCuS committed a little bit too hard for the Lich there. He could have just gone for the statue with an end snare. Early game looked good for FoCuS. Honestly, late game fights kind of sloppy. Is this still enough of an advantage for him to close things out? The fact still remains that WZ's healing is rather low, but he is hanging in there. FoCuS relying heavily on the Blade Master, the crits, and the purges at the moment.
Oh, the Pit Lord again arrives in the backline. These poor headhunters are not having the easiest time of their lives. And as long as there's the statue, WFZ can continue fighting for a while. TC has no mana, no need to be scared of them, but the piercing damage is now raining down and the statues kills them off. But there's a new one arriving. Oh, another fiend. Good burrow. Now switching the focus to the Blade Master. There's an Invo Potion, needs to go for it soon. There we go. Mana on the Shadow. Looks rather poor.
Yeah, it's the last heal wave. Blade Master now gonna be in trouble here, perhaps. Where's all this mana coming from for WZ, by the way?
Sick. Must be, yeah, statues and that's it.
Oh
of course, yes.
He's really losing this game.
It's pretty unbelievable, right? This expansion is not paid off at all. He's continuously pushing it. The position for the Fiends is now great. Statues also very protected behind this building.
Wow, FoCuS, man. That was a hell of a sloppy fight. But it's not over yet. Even if the Expo falls, it's not over yet. Which, well, it certainly is gonna fall.
There was a tiny, right?
Yeah.
And now we're back to 50-50. Close to level 5 DK, level 4 Lich. Remo loves that level, obviously. 4.6 on the blade. Big levels are not really close for WFZ, but the next fight we have Howl of Terror in pretty much the perfect position. Not sure if he didn't hit the Blade Master with it. That's an issue.
And the fight starts, the Berserkers start focusing the Pit Lord, then they focus on the statue. In the meantime, the Destroyer was ensnared, didn't get attacked at all.
But again, very, very low mana for FoCuS. No time for the clarities, and Lich is low as well, but he's a good damage dealer anyway. Pretty much like the Blade Master, needs another coil. Purges him out of that Hex. Town Portal out. Finally, this push is gone. Kills the Destroyer on the way out, so WFC down to 41, I think. Still 700 gold to work with, that's great. Wouldn't it be time for Banshees by now? It's not going for it at all. Pit Lord seems to be enough damage mitigation.
Yeah, these Undead Heroes are definitely looking strong now with their levels. DK, by the way, no Death Pact. That could be a target. But I'm doubting FoCuS is going to be able to identify that with how much overview has been lacking from him so far.
Fight for the red spot now. Difficult situation. Shadowhunter has a mana potion again, plus the Sobi. He should have a huge mana pool to work with. Lich a little out of position, a little too aggressive. Again, FoCuS snipes these statues relatively quick. The Stomp was good, but WFZ saving that statue. The second one shall not, I guess. How long is the statue alive? Jesus. Little unnecessary. Invo Potion on the Blade Master, but he needs something against this backline of Headhunters.
Invo's gonna run out here on the Blade Master, and FoCuS definitely will have to be careful with his first hero now. Really good statue movement by WZ. Kept them alive for as long as possible. And now a new one comes in. And this third statue isn't so easy to take out. Borrow also starting to take effect. For once, FoCuS forgot about the new dust. And the Kodo is not going to make it away. Speed Scroll popped. Oh my god. Perfect timing on the Speed Scroll. Plus Heal Wave. But now, Shadowhunter out of mana for the time being. However, has the Pendant and another mana potion still. This fight is pretty even. Blade Master receives one more Heal Wave. Shadow again, far forward, needs to move him back quickly, and he does. Who's gonna run out of healing first? Looks like it's kind of both players at the same time.
Pretty sick fight.
The Kodo comes back in, big mistake right there, and that's the Kodo dead, and the Fiend returning, and level 5 for the DK. Another mistake by FoCuS gives WFZ another opening back into this game.
And there is no coil anymore, but the Lich should be safe on his own with the Frost Armor. Blade Master ran out of that fight, not committing to this. And soon we should have a coil back to save this Lich. Ooh, there's no items on him. You gotta be so careful. If that Lich falls, probably the game shifts into FoCuS's favor. Not if he loses the Blade Master, though. There's the Heal Wave, now level 5, level 3 Critical Strike, but he waited long enough, and there's the coil. That's a healthy Lich once again. This Pit Lord is so close to 4, and then we got the big AoE damage against the Headhunters. FoCuS trying to evacuate with a Zeppelin. Doesn't even need to.
If WZ has Banshees in this fight, I think he wins it. But of course, easier said than done. It's not like Banshees out for free.
Yeah. Need time.
That was another close one.
Dude, this statue micro, I was really impressed. Oh, fight continues. Obviously it does. Stomp on all 3 heroes and the Fiend. He's going for the Lich. He's going hard for that Lich. Invo Potion popped. Is there mana for a coil is the question. Trying to shift the focus TC out of that fight. And the Pitlord can't really reach for the Headhunters. That seems to be an issue.
That's level 4 Pitlord though.
Yep, level
That's
2
a big
cleave.
level up.
Level 2 Cleave now. I was quite surprised to see level 2 Howl over Cleave on level 3. And that Zeppelin.
Oh, there's 2 more Headhunters.
Yep.
Dude, FoCuS. Honestly, he deserves to lose this game, but...
This game's pretty awesome, though. Super action-packed. Yeah, mistakes here and there, but constant fighting. Thank you, by the way, Artistic Snake for the Prime. And now items. We have double dust and a heal scroll for WFZ. We have nothing really on FoCuS. And big level ups are also far away. He got his level 3 crit, but it's not the craziest damage we've ever seen. TC has nothing to survive. Shadowhunter has no mana. He's not ready to fight.
Big red camp item up for grabs. Catgus Pipe the Dream. Would be insane for both these players.
Nobody wants to let it go. Too much experience. Too big of an item here to find. Ogre Magi goes to WFZ. Climbing in levels. Maybe to that level 5 Lich. It's not that far away.
Going for the statue in the back once again. That's the proper play. Not using the end snare yet. Where's the end snare?
Doesn't need
that
it.
destroyer could have been dead by now. Blade Master dropping low though as well. Lich with the frost armor positions to the back one more time.
Dispel. Oh, the Raider's about to fall, and also the Headhunters. You see the effect of Cleave number 2 now.
Blade copying a lot of damage, has to run back once again. And when the blade is gone, the Headhunters die quickly. Mana potion on the TC. Big stomp in the middle of everything. And the DK now officially out of mana.
Oh, that Lich as well. Only the Pitlord has some mana, but that's not the biggest thing. Going for the Blade Master, going hard for the Blade Master, but there is always healing as the Shadowhunter is using his mana well. Blade escapes, has no Windwalk. That was a dangerous situation. Fiends burrowed, no dust anymore as it seems, as WFZ bought it from the shop. Smart move. And he's expanding. The Undead is expanding, but this only works if his Lich survives. And there seems to be no coil crit for 244. And that is it. WGG. WFZ with the GG. And FoCuS, man, had to fight super hard for this win. But he got the win in the end. Whew, that wasn't a knife's edge, though.
Yeah, that was a fun game. Back and forth. Big discrepancy between early and late game. Early game FoCuS played really well. Late game was very sloppy. This should have been an easy win, but FoCuS made quite a few mistakes there, gave WFZ a big chance. WFZ, I think, with a few of his plays there, did a good job. Good kiting, really good statue positioning and movement. But not quite enough at the end of the day. Seemed like perhaps he had it with that expo kill, but it's always an issue. Once you allow Orc into the super late game and you don't have a Dark Ranger to control the TC, and that TC made it to level 3, it's so hard to win fights anymore.
Yeah. If you don't have a Dark Ranger, or if you're super crazy, a Dreadlord to disable him, in these little chokes, like sometimes you can split if the battleground is a little broader, but especially down south there where one of the last fights was happening, there's just no space to split, really. So rough to do. So if WFZ has a better of an early game, he can he's definitely in the running for this match.
Which I would not have expected at all today. I thought this was a super one-sided affair.
Yeah.
But FoCuS a slight slump currently, kind of playing into WFZ's hand. And question is, what's our next map gonna be? Concealed Hill. That should be a much better one for WFZ, I imagine. Not the easiest Blade Master creep route, not the easiest level 3 ever. This is actually a pretty good Farseer Expo map nowadays, but I haven't seen that from FoCuS specifically in a long time.
He played against 120 Farseer.
Recently?
In AWL. I'm not sure how long that is. Like max a week ago.
Ah, okay. I know Fly plays it still quite a bit. Plays it really well. I hadn't seen it from FoCuS in a while.
It's exactly a week ago. Yeah, but I'm with you. It was oftentimes a Blade Master for FoCuS. And no Expo, but this seems to become more and more of a standard. In general, I feel Wild West times are a little bit over, and things are starting to become standard again in many matchups. Like this, for example, on this map, the human orc matchup is kind of stabilizing. Nida versus orc. There's not that much variety in it anymore.
What? Bloodlust Taurens, bro!
Well, yeah, okay, that's true.
And Infi a few days ago in... Fuck, was it WGTL? It was, right? He was playing Tier 2 Expo with Breakers and Dragonhawks. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what's your take then? You think this is going to be Farseer?
Very sure.
Very sure. Very sure? How many
not,
Tomb Boys
not
are you
100.
Sure?
Not 100. How many Tomb Boys?
Yeah.
3.
3?
Yes. You
All
take
right,
that?
take that bet. Yeah. Swing Blade.
Let's
I'm
go
up by
then.
2, by the way.
Oh, this could be me in the lead then.
Oh, come on, FoCuS, baby. Come on, FoCuS, baby.
Give me that Farseer. Yes!
Shit.
There we go. Neo up in the Tomb Boy battle with 1.
Damn. I lost my lead. First time in years.
That's true, actually.
All right, bro. Just don't get too comfortable on that throne, okay?
No. I enjoy my moment in sunshine, you know. But I'm very well aware that I will lose that lead through being dumb in probably a couple of days. So FoCuS upper right, WFZ bottom left. FoCuS with the lead, and WFZ facing elimination. If he's not winning that map, he's out.
True. Big true. So why are we seeing a Farseer and not a Blade Master here? Well, we kind of covered it already. Creep route. It's all about creep route. On the top level in Warcraft 3, balance of maps. It's not really about chokes. It's not really about the size, for the most part. It's about creep routes. It's about hitting your power spikes. It's about tempo on the map. And especially level 3 is one of the most impactful spikes that you'll have in the game. And with the Farseer, it's a lot easier on this map than it is with the Blade. Because with the Farseer, you can be in multiple spots at the same time. Grunts are over here. Wolves are over here. Farseer is there. It's really tough for the Undead to cover all positions on the map. Because, yeah. Level 3 Farseer is insanely strong before the Undead gets out statues. And this is the Orc game plan here. Get the Farseer's levels up early, get him to level 3 for the level 2 Wolves, and then use that strength, that timing, to expand on tier 2 with a TC at the natural with it, which is normally a difficult camp, but if you have a Farseer level 3, you should have the strength to pull that off. That's a ton of experience for the TC, a big item, an expansion which is far away from the opponent, and then masses and masses of units, which the Undead hopefully won't be able to deal with over the course of the game.
Yeah, I would love a game 3 myself. So, FoCuS running over now. See, yeah, that's nice. With the Wolves and the Grunt, he takes out the green while harassing on the other side as well. So, decent multitasking here in the early. Made it to the shop for the circlet? No, we got that earlier. Okay, just a little side step. Checking things out. It was just a little bit too late. With Chain Lightning, he could have stolen this. We've seen contesting the shop many times, and that is pretty much the decision about level 3.
And this is what I was talking about. Grunt and Wolf crept the green in the top left. The Farseer in the meantime runs to the bottom right green, summons the Wolves there. And that is basically level 3. He needs one more creep, I think. Maybe 2. And that's going to be level 3. And look at all the mana he has. He's going to be able to spam his spells so crazy. If he wants to make Neo happy, he's gonna go Chain Lightning too. But if he wants to win, he's probably gonna go Wolves.
Come on, I accept the fact that wolves are very, very good on level 2 until there's destroyers, and I see the value over Chain Lightning 2 in this very matchup. Battle here, went to the DK. The Ogre Magi item as well. The Farseer is pretty hurt now.
Yeah, the Farseer is level 3, so now it's in FoCuS's best interest to play really aggressively and prevent level 3 DK for as long as possible. And on this map, it is pretty hard for the Undead if he's getting pressured to get that level 3, because he kind of took the safe camps out already. Those are the smaller ones outside the main. There's the lab creep left, which is dangerous. There's the expansion creep left, which is dangerous. The only safe way now for WFZ to get to level 3 is the green spider crab towards the center, kind of. But he doesn't know if that's still left to creep, so kind of an awkward position for WFZ. FoCuS's second hero should be coming out now, so he should be sending out his army back to the gold mine to creep that up, and the Farseer in the meantime keeps up the pressure.
Yeah, we get a Beastery and Warmill plus TC for FoCuS. We have a Lich in the Slaughterhouse for WFZ. So there will be an expansion, and on the way there he could creep the crab camp. But it's going for the natural, pretty much left alone. FoCuS needs to retreat a little as well for his level 3 TC. Farseer can still be annoying and harassing. Ooh. Wait, is he not... What's he doing? Is he not willing to go for the natural?
To check out the DK, his sacrificial skull. I thought this was banned in China.
Ooh.
Are they playing an English version or something? Oh, he's counter-expanding. Wow. Tier 2 counter-expo. Okay.
Yeah, I saw the Acolyte. I was like, what the hell is going on here? He sees
this
it
is a concept that I was theorizing as well. I've never seen a pro player do it. I don't know if it works.
Again, WFZ and you thinking alike. I mean, it could work for sure. There's no real hard counter in FoCuS's army. He needs time as well. If it's 2 base, 2 base, that's all fine. Late game is pretty 50-50 as well. Is there a big timing to push? I mean, there's big solo experience on the TC now. He's already level 2. 50 supply and more is still far away.
I would love for FoCuS to go for armor upgrades, 1 or 2, and then force a fight with like 60 supply maybe. It's gonna be so hard for WFZ to kill units. Interesting.
Could you go early Banshees with it? It's pretty expensive, I guess.
I think no matter whether you tech to tier 3 somewhat quick or you go Banshees, I think you definitely need Fiend upgrades.
Yeah,
I think you need to buff up your Fiends when you don't have Orb.
The first one is really cheap, of course.
Oh, and he's getting armor upgrades, FoCuS. Nice. Huh. Man, my calls are on point today.
Except the Farseer, which costs you 3 Turmbräus.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping he would play Farseer. I just thought FoCuS is too stubborn and loves the Blade Master too much.
The Rubian
this fight is a little bit too early, though. He has 40 supply. And there's a narrow up already.
Yeah.
And the TC is not level 3. There's no way FoCuS can win this fight.
What's his goal? Prevent creeping, snacking reinforcements. Use that for level 3, but that's not happening. WFZ, I think, has some units in his main. They were on the way. Oh no.
I kill off an Acolyte, that's kind of nice. Does have double speed scroll here plus a TP, so he should be easy to get out. But isn't this just a waste of time for FoCuS? Loses a Raider. Alright, he's taken out some ghouls, but they're only 120 gold. He's gonna lose a Grunt now as well. In this time, like, WZ needed to play passively. Nice borrow, dude. Wow. But there's a sentry here to reveal. FoCuS could have claimed 2 red camps in this time, or at least 1 red camp plus the lab.
He's seriously fighting into the undead base. The fiends are somewhat not dying. It's 2 grunts and 2 raiders that he trades for, what, like 1 ghoul, 1 fiend now, or 2 fiends maybe? Stays in that fight. That's another kill with the Nova. Storm comes in. Okay, that guarantees him a fiend snack. He doesn't have the damage to burn through Kodo, so I like the early Kodo edition. Finally level 3 as well. Does he have mana for another Storm? Doesn't look like it. They just keep on brawling like they did on Northern Isles.
Quite interesting. Okay, so FoCuS does find quite a few kills here. But the thing to remember is, the higher the hero levels scale, everyone gets better, but the Farseer. He at some point will fall off. Yes, the wolves are kind of good, but when you get to 70 supply armies with high upgrades, then Farseer really isn't that strong anymore.
Disrespecting the chain lightning again. Do you not learn, Remo? Stubborn little child.
What he is doing very effectively here is preventing WZ from creeping.
Yeah, but he's getting his levels. He's close to level 3 lich. The coils are pretty much on point now. Okay, the Stomp prevents the burrow. But apart from that, the coils were really good. Looks like he's running out of mana a little. Should be 1 soon. And another raider taken out. Oh, has to use the coil for it. Oh, there's the miss rally. Free damage. A lot of free damage. Still no tier 3, right?
Yeah. And the question is how many acolytes are in that gold mine? Because if it's only very few...
yeah!
It's only 2. Okay.
Oh,
I
yeah,
underestimated the potential of this attack, I must say.
Yeah,
mainly because of the acolytes.
Yeah, FoCuS positioning there made it impossible for the acolytes to make their way over. There was no second Acropolis for WFZ at the bottom right. It was never fully saturated.
Another kill for FoCuS. It's gonna cost him something again. This raider's going down. Could be another grunt going down also. Lich level 3, that's a big one.
But without mana to use the Nova so far. Is he actually getting that fiend back? No. The Kodo proves to be really good as he can't nuke and he doesn't have the damage. No Orb of Corruption, of course, without tier 3. Good block. WFZ playing for his tournament life. If he loses that Lich, his game is pretty much over. But there was healing once more. Man, what's the fight uptime in this series? Must be like 85% or so.
The speed scroll, heal scroll at the shop is a big deal. If FoCuS gets this, he can confidently fight on. Which seems like is what he wants to do. Going tier 3. I like that.
More defense upgrades and tier 3, yeah. Does he have enough raiders to break this expo now? Don't think so. Chain lightning against the acolytes prevents mining. Finally, a necropolis is here to fully mine. Is FoCuS overextending here?
I guess if he kills 3-4 acolytes. Oh, and the haunted, of course.
Oh boy, takes out the acolytes entirely, so there's no repair. Gets it out on the cost of a single grunt and the TP. Nice surgical strike by FoCuS.
There was 2 grunts and a Kodo, so that was expensive.
Worth it though.
Yeah, I think so too.
He still has the supply lead. He still has the echo lead. His levels are looking good. He's the one on the way to tier 3.
Damn, how did these acolytes die so fast, Neo?
Chain freaking lightning!
What spell can be thanked for that?
Yeah, I used it twice, so that AoE was pretty good.
Yeah, FoCuS was really close to overextending there a few times, but made it work. Pretty impressed here. Once again, his game sense, like on map 1, doing him well. And now going into the undead main.
Another fight before tier 3. Before destroyers, before orb. Would love to see the progress on the tech as the orb changes so much.
Oh, he could even have cancelled the unholy at the end. What's it called? Haunted Goldmine.
FoCuS
Another
with
tiny. Yeah.
Wow.
Triple Expo. Let's do it.
Thank you, Duro. You wonderful Human person for the 26-month resub. Much love. Okay, fighting for the... Oh, that's interesting, by the way. It's the first time in forever on CH that we don't see a contested Ogre Lord in the middle of the game. DK, under the net and kind of surrounded, has to TP out, and that is so much time for FoCuS. Heavy losses by WFZ in pretty much every engagement now.
Yeah, good TP by WZ though, perfect timing. If he waits half a second longer, he's gonna get stomp hexed and die.
Okay, we got tier 3. No orb though. He's so broke. Goes for the pit lord first.
Scary situation now for WFZ.
3 gold mines. How do you break this hill?
FoCuS also getting the enemy lab, that's pretty nice. This is the perfect time for a shredder. Yep. So much econ now for the orc.
Yeah, he can trade. He can take every trade now. Has a lot of mana. Has good disable, has good AoE, triple income. He's kind of, yeah, low on lumber, but... Wait, he didn't go for a shredder. He's going for the base?
Oh, wow. FoCuS playing it really safe. He's going for the guaranteed damage, for the smartest, most upside play. Not even willing to fight, even if it would probably be working out well for him. And that is a lot of damage. However, WFZ is in position.
Chain lightning again. If he gets the second one out, all the acolytes fall. Is he going for the haunted? Of course he is. Even with Howl of Terror, this seems to be working. Acolytes come in, getting stunned. Not chain lightning.
Wow. The stun against the repair is so good.
Yep, and TP out. Even if there's a Raider falling or a Grunt or whatever. Again, a mine down. It's 3 versus 1 now.
Smart play by FoCuS.
Yeah. And he's instantly in position to fight on the high ground. 75 supply for the orc. 442 hero levels. 5-4 around the corner for WFZ, but how to get it?
Dude, this team is level 4, full mana, double mana pot.
Oi!
And there is no Dark Ranger against him.
Yeah, and also Ring of Protection and a little bit of extra HP. Yeah.
Welcome to the stomping grounds.
Yeah.
And now we can get double heal scroll from WFZ's shop.
If WFZ somehow smashes the fight, it would be a miracle. He can't fight. There's no way. But what can he do? He needs to put his back against the wall. And FoCuS has him in a chokehold. He keeps him like captured on his side of the map.
Yeah. I think the mistake in WZ's build here was to go double tower at the expo rather than 1 Nerob plus Necro.
Yeah.
That Necro was way too late. And FoCuS identified that really smartly. I was very worried that he would be overextending, but he knew how worthwhile the attempt would be to prevent mining there for so long. Pretty impressive. Oh! Stomp. Almost surround on the pit lord.
There is a surround.
He's getting coiled, but damn, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage.
These headhunters. Look at them go. He's just focusing whatever he wants. He has 2 armor upgrades as well, so they don't take any damage. DK falls as well. And that's only the Lich remaining, now level 4. But Remo, I know you love your level 4, but not even those +4 intelligence can save WFZ. And Woofa Zhen is out. FoCuS making it to the lower bracket final against Ice Orc, rematch of yesterday.
Okay, the favorite prevails, but that was a little bit closer than I thought it would be. WZ in game 1 with a 2 passive early game but strong late game made it close. In game 2 with a counter expansion attempt, which with refinement, might have a future, maybe. I don't know.
Here it looked really rough, but that was due to the fact that it was for minutes only 2 acolytes and not more. So yeah, hopefully we see it more in the future, because it's an interesting approach with a tier 2 unit expansion. We rarely see that anywhere, except from Happy sometimes, against Night Elf especially. FoCuS was a little shaky on map 1. Map 2 looked really good with the Farseer, so even though he's not playing it that much, he still knows how to maneuver the old man on the wolf. Thank you, Chip, for the 12-month resub. Happy Supperversary. And what's going on the Chinese stream? Are they showing something cool? Otherwise, we go into a little break, get some breakfast in. Then we have one more game to show you guys. Korea versus China continues with an orc mirror this time. Okay, they are showing the bracket. Wait, how do I make this full screen?
They're going to show the highlights probably here in a moment. And then 15-minute break is what they opt for. And then we're going to have decision time. The rematch. Orc mirror. My favorite mirror.
2 very different generations clashing in that next game. And we have no delay, so we will cut our break a lot shorter than the Chinese and go for a Ask Us Anything segment to keep you guys entertained in these early morning hours. All right, seems to be it.